Get your score predictions down in the comments. I want to see what you guys think as well. What is up, guys? It's James from Cop Logic. Welcome back to the channel, and we are here for match day 2 of the Premier League. It's our match preview for Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth last week drew 1-1 with West Ham. I don't know, maybe they hoped to take something from it. They did get a point, but I believe it was Big Dom Solanke in the 82nd minute, so they just about snatched the point there. It's not the best start for Bournemouth is what I'm trying to say. Liverpool obviously drew with Chelsea on the weekend. A game we all knew was going to be tough away at Stamford Bridge. No defensive midfielder in the battle for Caicedo, so we knew it was going to be a tough game. I think everyone's probably happy with the points. Salah's marginal offside goal, and then of course the quite obvious handball that happened as well. We probably should have won the game, to be honest with you. 2-1 maybe. Far too easy for Chelsea to get in behind us, but that has been the story of Liverpool for quite some time now. Hopefully that's going to change with the signing of Wataru Endo. Normally what I do is look at the last 6 head-to-heads, but looking at the last 8 head-to-heads for Liverpool versus Bournemouth is pretty interesting, so we're going to do that. So in the last 8 head-to-heads, Liverpool have won 7, Bournemouth have won 1, which of course was last season, the 1-0 win away. So of the 7 that Liverpool won, that includes 3 3-0 wins, 2 4-0 wins, and 1 9-0 win. I'm sure you all remember that one. It was that moment when everyone thought Liverpool were finally back, and then it went downhill again. But what we can take from that is, let's call the 1-0 last season an anomaly and say that it's overwhelmingly Liverpool dominant, and on top of that, there's plenty of goals in these games, plenty of clean sheets and plenty of goals, which is definitely a good sign. I'm expecting a lot of goals. So in terms of injuries that are going to affect the game, I believe Bournemouth have a bunch of injuries throughout the squad, but nothing that's going to affect the lineup from last week, which is what I expect them to go with in this game. Big Dom Solanke up front. In terms of injuries for Liverpool, I'm not 100% sure where Thiago and Bajcetic are up to, but we're not expecting to see them in this game. Now, there was rumours yesterday that Curtis Jones had some sort of ankle issue, so he's another one I'm not expecting to see, which is not great because he's another option for the 6, so we're down another one of those, which really only leaves us with one option for that CDM role, so that brings us nicely onto our team selection. So let's go through team selection. What I'm going to do this week, I think, is do what I would go with over what I predict Klopp to go with, but they're probably not going to be far off each other, to be honest. So beginning with the goalkeeper, it's obviously going to be Alisson Becker. I don't think there needs to be too much justification there, apart from the fact he's the greatest goalkeeper on the planet, potentially the universe. In terms of the back 4, I'm going with the usual suspects, Robbo and Trent as the fullbacks, with Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate as the centre-backs. I don't think there's any real reason to change them. I fully expect Trent to be playing his inverted role, where he sort of moves up into the midfield, does the little double pivot with whoever we're going with for the 6, and that still kind of leaves me unhappy with Robbo in that back 3 role there, but we don't really have another choice. It's not something Tsimikas excels at either. To be honest, I actually think this new system might spell the end for Tsimikas at Anfield. We're obviously running out of non-homegrown spots, which means a foreign player is going to have to go soon, and I just don't think there's room for Tsimikas in this new system. If it's what Klopp is going to run with for the rest of the season, unfortunately, I think it might spell the end for our Greek scouser, but we're not here to discuss that in this video anyway, so let's continue on. Now, this brings us on to probably the biggest decision of the lot, which is the number 6. Wataru Endo has been registered in the squad, but I believe there's some issues with his work permit, so I'm not sure whether he's going to be able to even start in the game anyway. I don't think Jurgen Klopp would start him even if he was able to. We might see debut with him coming off the bench potentially, but I think there are some issues with his work permit, so I'm not fully expecting to see him in this game. I'm quietly hoping we don't, just because I'm normally at most games at Anfield, but I unfortunately have a prior commitment, so I'm not going to be at this one, and I would like to see his debut, so I'm quietly hoping he doesn't appear just so that I can see his debut in a couple of weeks. So CDM, we're going for Alexis McAllister. Again, it's really, as I said, the only option. And then bringing us into our midfield options, again, if Curtis Jones is out, again, that only leaves us with the same midfield we went with against Chelsea. So it's Dominic Szoboszlai and Cody Gakpo. I actually think this is a game Curtis Jones probably would have started there on the left, and then perhaps Klopp would have started Gakpo up through the middle. But if Curtis Jones is not going to be available, and I think that's still the case that he's not going to be available, we could go with like a Harvey Elliott, Szoboszlai, but I don't think so. I think we're going to go Gakpo and Szoboszlai again, and then we can move on to our front 3 selections. Left wing and right wing, I think they pretty much pick themselves There's no way Mo Salah's getting dropped for anyone, and Luis Diaz looks like he's coming into a really good vein of form at the moment, so definitely starting the pair of them. It's who goes down the middle alongside. Now, if Cody Gakpo is in the midfield, and for me, he is. I'm not totally sure Jurgen Klopp would agree with this, honestly. I can kind of see Gakpo starting the game down the middle, and maybe if Jones is fit, it will be Curtis Jones there on the left of midfield. If not, I don't know. So that brings us on to who's going to play down the middle. Now, if Cody Gakpo does appear in that midfield lineup, then obviously that rules him out. And that leaves us with Diogo Jota or Darwin Núñez. Personally, I'm going with Darwin Núñez. It's the Anfield opener of the season. If we want to see him start scoring goals, he's got to start playing games. And I still remain concrete in the fact that the Mo Salah Darwin Núñez link-up across pre-season was the best that we've seen in terms of our attacking options. It was the best that we've seen. Since then, Darwin's been coming on with the kids. Even against Chelsea, the team was heavily substituted by the time he got on. Some people had an issue with that ball he brought down from McAllister, but I don't think it was the best ball in the world, to be honest. I think McAllister would be beating himself up about that pass anyway. My point is, Darwin Núñez has got to start starting games. You've got to start giving this guy a chance if we want to see him start scoring goals. It's the Anfield opener of the season. The crowd are going to be right behind them. It's Bournemouth. We're expecting a lot of goals in this game. So for me, Darwin Núñez has got to start. I want to see him start scoring goals. And honestly, I'm really excited to see the Salah Núñez link up. Is Jurgen Klopp going to go with this team? Probably not. But this is my selection, and I'm going Darwin Núñez. I'm expecting goals. So let's move on to the score prediction. You can see down below me here we've got the win percentages. Now, it's very heavily weighted in Liverpool's favour. We're definitely expecting a Liverpool win here, and I think this needs to be comfortable. We need to send a message. The lads need to be sending a message and saying we're back. We have to start keeping clean sheets as well. They've got to stop leaking goals. So I'm going for a clean sheet, first of all, and I need to see a few goals in this game. So I'm going 3-0. I'm going 3-0. I don't normally predict scorers, but I'm going to. Mo Salah, he needs a goal. He should have had a goal against Chelsea. He looked really good against Chelsea, in my opinion. I'm going Darwin Núñez because I started him and I believe in him. I think he's going to get a goal. If Klopp doesn't start him, obviously, that's going to make his life a little bit more difficult. But I'm going Mo Salah. I'm going Darwin Núñez. And I want to see a Dominic Szoboszlai goal, so I'm just going to back my boy and go Dominic Szoboszlai as well. 3-0, Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0, clean sheet, Mo Salah goal, Darwin Núñez goal, Dominic Szoboszlai goal. Get your score predictions down in the comments. I want to see what you guys think as well. If you got any changes to that team that you'd make, let me know them. Also, 3 o'clock kickoff for this one, lads, so it's not going to be on TV. But if you are at Anfield, enjoy the game. Unfortunately, I'm going to be missing this one, but I'm sure I'll see you guys at and around Anfield very, very soon in a couple of weeks. So until then, as always, make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.